Set myself free. I only found everything lights.
This is DJ Clan Smasher, and today I'm bringing you a very exciting episode. So today we faced, it was Forge from Steel FFS, Elite Gaming versus FFS, and it's this new thing. It's called the CCL, Clash Cup League. So let me go ahead and tell you a little bit about that. Pretty much it's going to be 8 clans. We're all going to face each other at some point throughout a certain period of time, and then after that we'll go to playoffs and then go from there. So it's kind of like the Clash Cup as far as like some of the rules, where it's no dipping. So that means 11s can't hit 10s, 10s can't hit 9s, things like that. So pretty much if the 9s can't clear all the 9s, then that's stars that they're losing. So it's very important for those 9s to get those 9s, and so on and so forth, guys. So I really enjoyed this first Clash Cup thing that we had going on, because it was just very fun. I got a chance to do 10v10s with my Town Hall 10, which I would have never gotten a chance to do if it was just a regular war, if we were just doing CWL. So anyways, guys, it is going to be a long video. As you can see, based on the stats here, we did get 6 10v10 triples and 3 Town Hall 11v11 triples, guys. I'm only going to show you 2 of the Town Hall 11 triples because I did do a Planet Smash, and I'll be posting that very soon. So definitely stay tuned for that. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. That way you know when this content arrives. And then I'll also be doing another war recap that we had for White Temple. So it was an arranged match, and we did real well there. So I'll be showing you some of the replays there as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, before we officially start, I just want to show you guys what the Clash Cup League looks like. This is week 1 fixtures, and pretty much those are the clans that are going to be in this part. And Adam is actually the one who actually got this started, so thanks for pretty much getting this thing situated and started, because Clash Cup League is freaking awesome. So anyways, guys, bear with me throughout the video. I had to videotape this while I was out with my phone, and there might be some background noises, so bear with me. I'll try my best to go ahead and fix what I can. But if they bother you a lot, just go ahead and mute it, and you just check out the attacks, guys, because these are some awesome attacks. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so as you can see, the final score was 106 to 101, and the percentage was 90.22 for Elite Gaming, and FFS was 88.03. So they didn't get any 11s on us. I believe they got a few 10s, as you guys saw in the previous information capture. So anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and start from the Town Hall 10s. We're going to go ahead and start from the very bottom and work our way up. I'd like to show you some Town Hall 9 content as well, but I don't think it's going to happen in this video, guys, because it's going to be a real long video. We just have a lot of great attacks. So anyways, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started on our number 20 versus our number 23, Turbo. So NR is going to be using a Queen Walk, and as you can tell, there's going to be some miners involved. So use a nice little baby dragon just to create that funnel, making sure that the Queen walks the right direction, because that is one of the most important things to do when doing a Queen Walk, making sure that the Queen goes to the direction that you want her to go. If you don't create a funnel, or you don't place that one troop or whatever just to get rid of that extra building or anything like that, the Queen might go the wrong way and your whole plan might be ruined. So anyways, NR has pretty solid plan going in here. Use a nice wall breaker with some rage spells just to kind of make sure that the wall breakers do break in. The Queen is starting to get low on health, but the rage spell, the healers finally stepped into the rage spell, which allowed the Queen to stay alive, which is very important, especially when dealing with 2 expos, as you guys can see, and an archer tower. So there is a golem in the CC on this one. It wasn't too much of an issue. And I believe this was a fresh hit as well, guys. So anyways, sends in the rest of the wall breakers. I would have maybe sent one for test just in case, but luckily there was no bombs there. So that allowed the wall breakers to break right in. And then as you can tell, the king is started at the 3 o'clock section. So why is the king there? So the reason behind the king being on that side is to kind of get rid of the trash buildings, to make sure that the miners will have only one direction. As you can see, here had already sent in the miners. They went straight to the middle, took care of the Queen, took care of the Inferno, and then the king's going to get rid of the Town Hall and all of the structures on the top section from 3 going to 12. So as you can see, the Queen is capable of taking care of the expos because she didn't have too much fire under her. And now sends in a nice heal spell just to take care of these miners. Make sure that to keep them alive. And the Inferno is still going to be up and standing for a bit. Some of the miners start going in there and start hitting the Inferno.
As you can see, the king went down, but it's not going to be an issue because the king did its job. So the main point was to make sure that the funnel was created. That way these miners can have a nice clear pathing straight for the town hall. I mean, not straight for the town hall, but straight for this base. So as you can see, there's a bunch of miners at the 12 o'clock section. The queen is still alive and standing strong. There is no inferno to negate or to stop the healers from healing the queen again. So that is where you know it's pretty much game over from here. Still has a poison that's pretty much gonna swag because there is no need for this second poison, as the first one pretty much did its job when the queen was dealing with the golem. So it was pretty much overkill from here. As you can see, there's a bunch of miners left. The queen is still fully healed. The poison is thrown right on top of the clan castle. So very great job, NR. Good stuff there. So we're gonna move on to the next hit, guys. And by the way, I also almost got a 6-pack, guys. Me being a 10v11 guy almost got a 6-pack with this kind of attack. So it's the Bow Witch Queen Walk attack, and I highly recommend checking it out, guys. I did make a recap on this specific attack. I actually had TT, the guy who pretty much created this attack and has been using it for a very long time with great success, talk about the video and talk about his attacks when he got the 6-pack and kind of explain how he went about the attack, what he looks for in the base and things like that. So I highly recommend checking that video out. So anyways, guys, sends in the queen on the 12 o'clock section to walk to the 3 o'clock. Sends in the 4 witches with a few bowlers in the bottom section from 9 going to 6. And then the rest of the bowlers with the golem and the king go straight to the middle and pretty much rage right through this base, guys. Takes care of the infernos pretty quickly. As you can see, the king was capable of taking some of the hits of the big bombs, which made it to where the bowlers were able to stay alive, because usually 2 big bombs are going to take care of the bowlers. So that's what kills those bowlers. But luckily, the king and the golem every once in a while will be able to trigger the big bombs. So that's where it comes in handy, guys. So as you can see, FX pretty much took care of this space pretty quickly. There is so many bowlers and witches at the bottom section from 6 going up to 3. And as you can see, the queen is still fully alive and healed and still has the queen ability. So very great job, FX. Way to go. And he's actually the one who came up with the war plan for this war. Our goals were to have, I believe it was at least 65% with the Town Hall 9 hits. And then for Town Hall 10s, we wanted 5 triples. And for Town Hall 11s, we wanted 3 triples. So we actually met all those goals, guys. I was very happy about that. Some of these bases were very good, but we still managed to come up with a great plan and just power right through, guys. So anyways, this is going to be Robbie hitting Sweet Barbie. They're number 21, and this time it's going to be something different, guys. It's going to be a queen walk, but this time it's going to be a Lalo. So it's not going to be a minor attack. As you can see, the king is sent at the bottom section just to kind of make sure that those useless buildings are kind of taken care of. That way the queen walks the right direction and makes it a lot easier for the queen to go the right spots. Because the thing is, if the king was not sent through, the queen would have to go through all those structures before getting to this inferno. So that's why it was very important to get rid of those structures. That way the queen has a clear pathing for that inferno. So that's what allowed that inferno to go down. Now the queen doesn't have to worry about that inferno. Sends in some wall breakers to break right in. Breaks in very well. And there is a golem and a loon in the CC. Unfortunately, the loon was not poisoned properly, so the loon did stay alive. But the good thing is that he raged the queen. That way the queen can stay alive longer and make sure to get through that golem pretty quickly. And then after this, the queen is just having a real nice pathway. As you can see, there's only one direction for the queen to go. So she is going to go inside the base. It's going to take care of the things inside. So the expo is going to take care of the queen and is also going to take care of this sweeper. So that's one of the main things to take care of, because the sweeper can give you so much hell when it comes to doing a low portion, just because the sweepers just keep pushing you away. It pushes you to the wizard towers or splash damage, so it makes you prone to all that. So that was very good. Real nice patience with that queen walk to make sure that all those key things are taken care of. And then after that, just ends in the Lalo portion, starting from closer to 2:30, and then it's going to be going counterclockwise. So as you can see, the queen is still walking, places a real nice rage spell right on top of the Inferno, which is going to take care of that Inferno real quick. And then the rest of the loons are just going to keep going right through. And as you can see, there's no more splash damage left, guys. So you pretty much, once there's no more splash damage, it's pretty much game over, especially when you have this amount of loons left. And the queen is still going strong, guys. So it was pretty much game over from here. Very great hit, Robbie. That was just freaking awesome. The queen takes care of the last archer tower, and now the loons are going to go and start with the cleanup, as the minions were already cleaning up. Still has one wall breaker left, really doesn't have any use for it at this point. It was mainly just in case, you know, there was a lot more wall breaker fails. It's always better to carry more wall breakers than less, because if you have that wall breaker fail, that might ruin the whole attack. So anyways, guys, Robbie there showing you that if you walk La Loon, and then this is going to be my hit, guys. I actually got a 98% on one of the hits, and then John hit the base after that, got 99%. So then finally TT came in and showed us how it was done with his attack and got the 3-star. So anyways, guys, I started the queen a little bit closer to the top section here, and then I started the four witches and a few bowlers on the other flank. So then after that, I sent in the golem, the king, and the bowlers, and I raged right there just to try to get the bowler bounces to get the Inferno if possible. I did weaken it, but I didn't fully get it down right away. So anyways, I sent in a poison spell to take care of that loon, because that's the most annoying part of the CC. The Lava Hound isn't really going to do much against you. It's mainly the loon that you want to take care of. So anyways, guys, let me turn on my car just so I can start charging my phone so it doesn't die while I'm doing this recap. So anyways, guys, look at these boulder bounces. Those boulder bounces were just super clutch. I was not expecting that to happen. The good thing is that they were able to take care of that Inferno, which made it very convenient for me, because I thought that I wasn't going to be able to get that Inferno, and I thought the queen was going to be the last thing to grab the Inferno. So I was really banking on the queen taking care of the rest of the section, and then after that taking care of the Inferno at the very end. But you know, of course, once the Inferno went down, I pretty much already knew that this was going to be over, because there wasn't really anything else that would take care of my queen. So anyways, guys, that was my 3-star for 10v10s for the first time in an actual league. So pretty excited to actually even have an opportunity to try. I didn't know I had it in me for 10v10, so I'm definitely going to start learning more new attacks and, you know, experiencing a lot of different things, because now that we have this CCL, we have way more opportunities. So anyways, guys, this is going to be number 17. TT's going to be showing you how to do this attack. I did the same thing as him. The only difference was, I believe, TT brought in a few more bowlers. Oh, yeah, so TT replaced one healer and brought in more bowlers. So that was the main thing. Because it wasn't, when I was doing the queen walk from that section, we noticed that there wasn't too much firepower. So that was the main reason behind bringing one less healer. So TT pretty much gave me the plan and told me how to do the attack. I tried it myself. I almost got it, guys, 98%. The only thing that was standing was the storage and this random cannon. I don't even know how it survived all my boulder stuff, but it did. So anyways, guys, TT did a great job of placing those jump spells on the right spots, making sure that all his troops go into the middle as far as the core portion, which is the golem, the king, and the rest of the bowlers. And then that real nice rage spell, guys. Look at those boulder bounces. Just did some mad work right there. The king is going to go inside, and it's going to take care of the Inferno with the help of the boulders. And as you can see, it was pretty much overpowered, guys. Pretty much destroyed this base pretty quickly. The queen's just going to have easy access for these wizard towers. And then the bowlers took care of that wizard tower in the middle section. And then after this, as you can tell, guys, it's pretty much game over. Those boulder bounces are going to take care of the cannon, I believe. Oh, no, they missed it a little bit. So, but at this point, it's not really too much of an issue, guys, because that's the only thing that was standing. The boulders finally pushed through, took care of that last cannon, and the queen is still standing strong, fully healed, has the queen ability, guys. So, very great work, TT. That was just an awesome attack. Great attacker in general. So, anyways, guys, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next hit. And as you can see, even though the queen had to deal with the lava, it didn't matter at that point, because the queen still had 3 healers on her, so it wouldn't have been an issue. So let's go ahead and move on to the next hit. Let's see now. Okay, we're starting to get to the end of it. So Rakib is going to be showing us the last 10v10, guys. and it was on their very top Town Hall 10. So it's going to be the same attack. The only difference is going to be this skelly trap. So it's going to be pretty cool. You'll get to see how that works and see why he used it. So as you can see, send in the queen with the queen walk, send in the 4 witches with the bowlers, and then after that send in the golem straight to the middle, and gonna place a jump spell very soon. Just kind of waiting for that funnel before the jump is placed, and then once the funnel was created, place the jump spell, send in the poison for the clan castle, which would be the loon mainly, and then send in a nice rage spell, guys, to get through these heroes and to get to that inferno. And then after that sends in a heal spell to make sure that everything stays alive, and then places another rage spell right there to make sure that he can get through this inferno. And then check it out, guys, look at that skelly trap. It's just gonna be there just to kind of take some hits for the bowlers, because if the bowlers, if he wouldn't have done that, those bowlers would have been under fire for a very long time with that inferno. So that means that that inferno would have probably trashed those bowlers before the bowlers even got to the next inferno. So that was very great job right there, as far as like coming up with that nice plan and just changing it up a little bit, to be honest. And then now at this point, the lava hound is being taken care of by the queen. Unfortunately, it didn't stay with the rest of the troops, but the queen's going to be able to take care of these lava pups. And the good thing is that the healers are keeping her alive. Unfortunately, they did go down, but there's still so many witches left at this point, so the witches can target the lava pups. If it was just bowlers, I would have been way more concerned, but because Rakib still had some witches left, it did make a huge difference to be able to take care of these lava pups. And as you can see, these mortars that would be annoying were taken care of by the bowlers and the witches. And then after that, it's pretty much game over, guys. It was very close, still had a few witches left though, but it definitely did come down to the wire. And as you can see, at this point, once the mortar got taken care of, it was going to be game over, because these witches had so many skeletons to be able to distract this archer tower from doing anything and get the 3-star, guys. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to the 11v11, guys. And like I said, I'm only going to be showing you 2. We did get 3, but I'll be posting a plan and smash on that one very shortly. So anyways, guys, it's going to be GP's second Town Hall 11. He got a new one recently. So then GP came up with a cool plan. Try to do the wall breaker, but it happened to fail because there was not enough walls for the wall breakers to recognize that structure. So it wasn't too much of an issue, because as you can tell, he did get the 3-star. So it's pretty much going to be a Sui hero La Lune attack with the clone spell. So the main objective is to take care of the king. Well, it's not really objective, that part. It's pretty much just to create a nice little funnel to start the La Lune portion on a nice spot. So pretty much taking out a portion of defenses so that the La Lune pathing is way better. So the main thing was to try to take care of these 2 air defenses, or at least one, but because of the wall breaker fail, that didn't happen for that top air defense. But the good thing is that the queen stayed alive long enough to take care of this air defense, which makes a huge difference. So now the La Lune portion is going to be started, guys. So 3 haste, and then just spreads in the loons, and then sends in the lava hounds, and then sends in the Grand Warden right in the middle, just to kind of try to cover everybody. Fortunately, the lava hound favored one side more than the other, so because of that, sends in the clone spell on the other section, because he knew that that portion would be way more protected if the since the Grand Warden wasn't there to protect them with the ability. So anyways, guys, these cloned loons are going to do so much work, as you can tell. And the good thing is that they're taking a lot of the hits, which is nice, because those aren't the real loons. They're going to disappear after a certain time. So if you're going to lose any loons, you'd rather lose the cloned ones instead of your real ones. So as you can see, the loons took care of the last air defense. And then after this, guys, it was pretty much game over. And look at all these skeletons, guys, just from the skelly traps that took care of the enemy queen. So that was just freaking awesome. Those skeletons did so much work. Look at this. They're going to take care of this last archer tower that would have given a hard time to these last 2 loons that are standing, guys. So very great job there. It was pretty much game over from here. The mortar isn't going to do anything unless there was like a random, random Sam seeking air mine that would have taken care of these loons. But as you can see, that was not an issue. Still had some minions to help with the cleanup. And then the goons are going to target the last army camp. And the minions are going to be, minions with pups are going to be targeting the town hall. So it is going to be a 3-star, guys. And great job, GP. It was one of those it wasn't very last minute hit, but it was definitely one of the last hits that was done. So anyways, guys, we're going to go ahead and move on to the number 1 hit. So, me and Fog actually hit these 2 bases. They were fresh 3-star hits, guys. So Fog went in with a bow witch attack. So it's going to be a golem bow witch attack. And it was pretty much a secure 2, to make sure to secure the 2-star and get a possible 3. So send in the golem, spread them out a little bit, and then send in a line of witches and then a line of bowlers to create that funnel. So as you can see, wait it off a little bit to place that jump spell so that the golems could stay alive a little bit longer. And then after that, send in a nice little poison to take care of the enemy CC. Send in a rage spell to get through this first inferno. And then place the jump spell right here, guys, to get to the eagle, to get to the inferno. So with this base layout, 2 jumps pretty much got you most of it. Usually you take 3 jumps for this kind of for this kind of attack. But Fog noticed the big weakness, which was having access to the Eagle Artillery and the last Inferno. So he didn't really need that 3rd jump spell. And plus, bowlers, when they're raged up, they can go through a wall pretty quick if you have a good amount of bowlers. So Fog noticed that, so it pretty much took advantage of that, placed the 2 jump spells, and brought in an extra rage spell, which made a huge difference for these bowlers to get through the base pretty quickly. And then right here, the Queen did a great job. Pretty much took care of the last few defenses that would have given a hard time to the bowlers. And then send in the Queen ability. And then the bowlers and the witches at the top flank section are going to take care of that archer tower. And are going to take care of the Tesla. And then after that, they're just going to move down in a little bit. The witches were going to start taking care of the archer tower. But unfortunately, they got picked off. And the good thing is that the Queen is stuck on the walls because you don't really want her to be targeting the archer towers first. You want those skeletons to get in front. Because the Queen has so much DPS, you want to make sure that there's coverage for her if possible, because she can get through that base pretty quickly. So as you can see, there's 3 witches, 1 bowler, and a Queen, guys. So that's going to be what pretty much won the game here as far as getting that 3-star. The skeletons did stay in front of the Queen for the whole time, so that made it to where the Queen was alive and kind of able to pick off a few things. So anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in, and if you made it this far, thanks for sticking with me. I know it was a very long video, guys, but there was just so much content here, and if I would have placed my attack, it would have been an extra 2 to 3 minutes. So anyways, guys, if you want to check that out, it's going to be Planet Smash Live Attack. I believe it's going to be episode 5 or 6, I can't remember from the top of my head. But this is going to wrap it up for the CCL first week match. So very excited to have more of these, to try some new 10v10 hits with my Town Hall 10. So anyways, guys, 106 to 101, taking the big W for this first CCL match. And don't forget, guys, keep calm and clash on. And